Good evening, everybody. I am Sagar Goswami, a founder of Midnight, and with me, Karan. Yes.
Hi, guys. I'm Karan. I'm the CBO here at Midnight. We've been in the technology space since the last 10 years now. We've worked with real estate developers across India. We know that India is the most populated country in the world, right? But Tier 1 cities are running out of land. So redevelopment is the way to go in the future. Now, today's processes for redevelopment have a lot of challenges and a lot of gaps that we intend to fill with UrbanRev. Today with UrbanRev, we are here to make sure that the tenant experience and even execution for the developer is more seamless. And India is set to reach an urban population of 600 million by 2030. We are just under 500 million right now. By today, India's real estate development from redevelopment stands at $50 billion. Mumbai alone has more than 14,000 societies that are eligible for redevelopment. And while more than 50% of our population in Mumbai stay in slums. So there are a lot of challenges in the current processes, maybe data security, centralized data management, transparency, government allocations and approvals. We are here to show you what UrbanRevs really brings to the table. And to show that to you, I'll have Mr. Sagar take it up from here.
Yeah. So urban redevelopment process have always challenges. So to reduce those challenges, we have defined certain features in our product. The first one is tenant project management, which allows you to manage tenant and project profile for the existing project. Also, you can configure societies which are going to be redeveloped. The next one is developer and inventory management. So you can manage the inventory for the upcoming project, which are going to be configured with the existing one. Then document and process management. In redevelopment, processes are very important. It helps us to define the transparency between the existing tenant and the new project which is coming in. So document management will help you to manage the documentation of the whole project and the existing tenant. Then user management. User management will allow you to create certain committees and associations in the system, which is going to take decision for the certain processes and approvals. The next one is the ERP integration. We are also offering ERP integrations for the SAP and all. So you can sync your existing traditional system of the data with the UrbanRev. Also, you can define certain approval flows where you can design your own approvals or the processes based on the city and the states. And you can define the same process over here as well. Also, we are providing communication automation. So communication will be the key in the redevelopment to keep the tenant and the project on the same page. It will help them to ask for the documents and all. The next one is dashboard. Dashboard will give clarity to the management, like in which stage the project is, what are the items which are going on in the systems. Also, it will help us for certain other parameters as well.
So you all already know what the process for redevelopment stands as of now. It's highly manual and offline. What we intend to do is make a new process. Now, obviously, it starts from the feasibility studies, going on to tenant rehabilitation schemes, approvals, the development, demolition, and the handover finally. However, with UrbanRev, we intend to make a platform where everything is centralized, right from your tenant acquisition, or capturing all the details on the tenant level, configuring a new project which you are going to make in place of the old one. All the details, you can map each and every tower individually. Then your documentation, the whole documentation for the entire process, maybe for governments, for your internal documentation, and you can set a hierarchy in place. So every developer has its own sets of hierarchy. So with user management, you're able to set certain roles where each and every user gets rights to only what they need to see. And across the whole journey, all the approvals that you need to have in place are mapped and monitored in one single place. So there is complete data security, there's transparency, and everything is now more organized and seamless. Because if the developers are able to execute in a right manner, then the tenant experience automatically improves.
Yeah. So we are sharing certain screenshots of the product. This one is tenant monitoring system where the developers will going to upload their AutoCAD files. Then system will automatically identify those spaces and it will automatically sync the existing inventory of yours. Based on, suppose I have taken an example of unit 203, where you can see the private survey has been already done, government survey has been done, tenant registration has been done. and the next 3 processes are pending. So it will give you a real-time status of the each and every hutment, like what is going on and what are the stages of the same. Next. This is a screenshot of our dashboard where you can see the important statistics about the survey, like how many applications are in still, which phase you can see. Next. Here you can see the how many consents are already taken, what number of consents are still pending. Also agreements and next more parameter you can see. The go back. Yeah, the important part is it will also show you like what is the turnaround time between each phase. So it will help you to understand in which areas the team has to work and what are the next steps you have to take. This is the tenant profile management where you can see the complete profile of each tenant, where you can see the documentation, details, and what are the pending items from the tenant. This is our access management when you can define the associations, you can define the roles, and you can give certain access. This is the approval flow where you can design your own approval flows based on the authority and the rules, where you can apply the same for the communication part and all other workflow automations. Yeah, yeah. So that's it. Thank you.
We will be taking questions now.
Yeah, so first of all, my compliments for attempting this because I think this is a very difficult project. I burnt my fingers. Just have one question because you have surveys also as part of the solution. Does it also include the instant, as in on-the-fly validations and calculations on the eligibility of the tenant?
So currently we are working on that to apply the real-time thing. We know definitely this will be a pain to be addressed very soon. So definitely we will work on that.
That is the proof of this whole pudding. No?
So primarily you're focused on SRA only or normal redevelopment?
Normal redevelopment as well.
But then all these other complications are not there. Then just management of rent and all that stuff.
That's why we focused more on the SRA part.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't see the financial management aspects coming anywhere over here. Are you covering that as well?
Yeah, mainly for financial management, we are covering like the rent amount and what is the pending amount in the rent. So all those things are covered in this.
Yeah, because anybody who will be using this system, they would want to have the picture of the tenant completely mapped out over there.
Yeah.
So you are saying it, because I didn't see it in any of the screenshots. So that's why I'm asking that
So
question.
in the tenant profile, we are showing that. Like
Okay.
what is the rent amount has been fixed and what is the process of the
One
site.
thing I saw is all your tenants were expired. So I didn't know what that is.
So this will obviously sit on any native system that I already have, right?
Yeah.
ERP or any other thing.
Yeah.
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 But then you also mentioned about construction and other progress and all that. How is that linked? I got a little confused there.
Can you repeat, sir?
So in your those 8-10 items that you do, the first or second slide, you mentioned sales side also and tenant building, allocation of units and the construction progress. वो सब भी I think you had mentioned somewhere.
Yeah.
So how does that, I didn't understand the link between the two.
So sir, that was about the existing system. कि existing unit plans क्या था उसके ऊपर हम कौन सा नया वाला map करने वाला है. Suppose there are
only map.
10 units and we are building for 20 floors. Then what are the next mapping in between them?
So this will not happen automatically. You'll have to put in your plans and then again the whole mapping, you have to decide individually.
So sir, allotment will be manual for now, but we can do that automate as well based on certain algorithms. Currently it is manual one.
Sorry. So what I'm trying to see is how this can be done in Excel also. How is this helping me get beyond that basic stuff? Because maintaining a list of tenants in Excel and mapping them to units is not a very hard job. एक बंदा मेरे ऑफिस में already कर रहा है.
But sir, to collaboratively see all this thing and do we make it presentable and more easy to use in day-to-day life, that is what we are trying to solve.
So you have a tenant side app also.
So
No,
the whole idea is to have a unified software where you're doing everything together and everything is stored and mapped and the whole journey is being monitored. So the execution is not a challenge. So you can spend more time in making sure the product is more of a higher quality.
See, I'll tell you from my own experience what I hear from the teams in my office, in Bombay office. The risks that we carry in terms of the licensing and the on-the-ground activities, the proof maintenance, and then the documentation issuance and what is required for whom, that in itself is a huge pie. I think they are solving that. What they told is, further to her point, that the GIS mapping and other things, that's part of their roadmap, right? Auto allocation and all that, yeah, I think as long as the rules can be written,
Yeah.
that is
That is
but
doable.
that's part of your roadmap, is what you're
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Okay.